kwankwa.
Anumre amuajo emuakwaba ediba ITV so ebra so sansam ahodo yensa asoso fie memu ene amahodo so anumre yare sumu fi ITV atena ya ewo kaso anti Mercy Junction na anumre ensem bia wosamufo ede asoma me bebeto dwa wo mu ense Defense Minister ede to sagadam se kono we anya amanyosem bia so and government accountability series no den sima fufuro bi etudwa akasebo mu yede ebebo wo adroba fo nkomo eyade a ITV mimne de ombo modene a epa hontuma we ye no fo nsem bi a hye won makoma so a wo munya kama fo bi koma se won betimi ede atudwa yebeko eye technical training hu ensense mu kopie mu ewo mfimfim mantamu a Central Regional Minister was rapa say and san nyuma beboa momen akonkan enu tie so mutwetwe na entimi emmoa erobekọ dwedie ene de mu nsem ka ho bisa so ene betwe so ne akọ enkrofo amanso sansem we na ene no ye de eba beso momidi ene da chehima afia akonu ayetwa ye ho aba na nchemu atoaso ensem no emunchiremu enie eye ononyamfo Edward Dr. Kanidin ho omane buama a wo ye defense minister ade atodwa wo tro say wonum a agent tiefa asra adwuma no ho ewo man emu no ebinum wo ho a won hu ni say funso bi bata wonum train na wonum ekono ehu eye requirement yesese wonum mitie ansa wonum atimi abawura asra adwuma ni mu no question mark akra eho enu tinipa beye 46 won gusua ehwehwemu a anhwa wonum nyina ebeyi wonum afi train na ekoso no emu a wonum timeye asrafo ewo man emu wonsemo etudwa enede ya ewo government accountability series ya wonum hwehwe so ewo nkwan
ammunitions which have since not been accounted for. Let me touch on missing ammunitions. I must say that, yes, it is not every detail that I can provide at this stage. But the fact that it's taking this long to capture it in this minute detail should tell you there must be a reason. If you go back to the President's State of the Nation address 2025, he hinted at it. This is the next phase. But the reality is that to date, those ammunitions have not been accounted for. How the Ghana Armed Forces could transfer ammunitions to national security that doesn't have a fighting force in 2024 is a question that will definitely have to be answered. The Ghana Armed Forces has passed it on to the National Security Secretariat for the National Security Secretariat to investigate it since they were the recipients of the ammunitions. But what we are doing is, under our watch, under our watchful eyes, any such incidents will not be dealt with like the way it was handled in the past. So whilst we have encircled this and handed it over to national security for national security to handle. Whatever will fall within our domain from January onwards, trust that we will deal with it the way the military knows best.
Was government accountability series here day a course or Ewan Quino, Defense Minister Dr. Edward Omanebuama Esanso Kasa Edifagadam say Koi Ehon a watcher say a byway area tasks a quembia so Gadam say Obeku at Wasana Timiabua and so assassins on Bonia Gadam say dear or may eso empo dachibino one more at me essient one in Casa Yemono Ghana Armed Forces one more room be play our Sagadam say Kono Emun what did you just say?
Supporting the fight against illegal mining, Galamsey. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ghana Armed Forces have played significant supporting roles in the fight against illegal mining, Galamsey. We are not out of the woods yet as a nation, but there is hope because there is a political will at the very top. We have reviewed the fight against illegal mining and have worked with stakeholders to reform the fight. The National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, NIMOS, is a product of that review exercise. The recovery of several forest reserves early this year, which our forest guards could not venture, was led by the Ghana Armed Forces. Additionally, the Navy supported land forces in Operation Hall 2 to combat illegal mining along River Ankobra in the western and western north regions. The Navy's riverine operations along the Volta River, like Operation Oasis in Bui, also assisted in reducing the effects of illegal mining on the Black Volta. To strengthen security along Ghana's inland waters and riverine areas, government launched the Blue Water Guard training program in 2025 this year. The Blue Water Guard initiative aims to establish 24-hour monitoring of Ghana's water bodies. It is a strategic intervention to tackle illegal mining activities, protect the environment, and restore Ghana's polluted water resources. The first batch of 453 personnel were trained by the Ghana Navy at the Forward Operating Base at Ezinlimbo. A second batch, made up of 532 personnel, commenced training last month and are scheduled to graduate this week. The training of the guards reflect Ghana Navy's commitment to operationalizing government's initiative of ensuring that all mining activities in Ghana leave a positive green footprint and not pollute water bodies.
Wagalanse and Samuyi and Wanichomu Awo in Fifi Mantamwa, Central Regional NADMO Director Ononyan for Kasie Dawood, and Swasha Bosse, and Fifi Mantamu and Sasi Ahudragadam say Aseno, one besha say, one must answer some essence that them are enuntino, one bayan si so answers me now so Essia Muna Hudra, one more two to an Timia Buama and Sassono, Asanso Esnida demu.
What is that someone now to Yaman for Alex Donko enim ewa brano mo dying disaster management committee ano ewa upper west central ewa a year in 50 mantem.
Process na ya well thought out. Yatnas in yasta yabwa yeho. In 10 young crow for all machine safety sites and the various DCs, MCs in the mining areas, together with the NADMO Directorate and the disaster management committees. They have been equipped and they have been empowered, they have been directed, they know what to do. Yes, so at once. Yes, shall say what Upper Dinchra East municipality. If we are here by Upper Dinchra West, the transfer code to Futimokwa, Ebeko Asins North, Asins Central. Asins South, the middle way your mining was in South. Ebeko, for him, my way of mining. Why your mining, I'm a go more simple, go with my way of mining was central. Go with my way another way of mining. Okay, agrim abna, abrim agona. Okay, why mind your hope? So all my fancy man, our in fancy man be UTV motor ban fancy man. Kaoli mining, ne she said for lithium. You know, because origin one. We'll start a reclamation in Upper Dinshira East Municipality. Now you're there about Upper Dinshira West. Kakranka. Coordinated approach. Send a bear. In Chimbaso, Oba. Obi a baby, dear Banchi, broad what they are showing half. Now, uncle for how na member of mine.
Eno achi no ana district chief executive ewo Upper West Dentra onimonyamfo Isaac Insia shebo se obeye na afemu de bia se de beye a wode beboa aye management no se de beye na atoye nchen bi esia wo metumi aso ano
Ewura John Dramani Mahama na afi ye Nadmo regional director ne mpanyifo e ba ye security personnel ne members ne nyina ase se ne umtimi ba ye madwumadie yetimi adi ne sonko afi ndie tosumie no wanhihye bebre ede yanim nim se Upper Dentra West se wo fa kwan ne ho mpo a obehu se garambise issue nti no kwan no ho no o matutu amra ama ehode da hon kwan a disaster prone areas ye hwese ye betimi akatakata so ni nyina ye dwumadi a committee ye bebo ho bra na yetimi aboa ne akata so na de tosumienu enyi se committee enyi se asem ni si ansa na ya ate o niam bebre ho a ye beye in the subsequent days ebedi anim no ye be as committee ne ya prane ne yetimi aye se de be ya sa ebetimi a prevent disaster na ebom ya bo enkwa ho ban ni abo ajapade ho so ban ti no ye bompa ye se committee ene ya no greti edwumadie na be koso se ne ye pe no na yetimi adi dwuma ma aso Ghana ne Upper Dentra West
de krakremu no Nadmo director wono ewo Upper West Dentra Mr James Ada Bogo esren kabom ewo committee no wo mo entem
se ma me kan se ye nyina ye ba se be ye adwuma e de boa my Ghana na ne ye disaster management committee no wa won say ye pledge ye swear oath obia kan tam say obeye adwuma so nkran ma be kan se ka ye nyina kan tam say be ye adwuma yemfa mra no anye adwuma ana ya pledge constitution no say me so help me God no boa me na me ye adwuma die sisi na dia for the first place no ye committed nye a committee a fe na ye ba be kire say we a guy we ntoka ye nyina nka bom whether we a MPP NDC sa na me nyina atwem committee no kura de ye me de say a district commander all the heads in the district no educational director agric director planning officer information officer health director so many of them are we heads so we nyina political exposed people so I don't think I can humble na etimi ye adwuma abeboa Upper Dentra West.
Yadaswa ewo infinfi mantamu na ononyamfo Emmanuel Kwesi Ayensu Dawood a wono na ye Central Regional Nadmo Director wo dwumadia ekoso no ase no wono mo ahweye a wo mo apa abedwoko a ene wono betimi abopapa ma atoye nchembo afoko a wono mo ewo infinfi mantamu wono betimi abo adwe papa ama enema bi ano asisie efa atoye nchem eho eno nam so ema ononyamfo ekowotwe penny eduamoa a ye Central Regional Minister adne nyam kota wo dwumadie no atwe woni samtwofo ekasai
onimonyamfo eduamoa a wono eye regional minister afenso oye che ewo Nadmo committee odi to members no enina enim se sesei ehun behia se wodan na wonsa no na afenso wonhye Nadmo adwuma no emokena se de be ya wo mudwumadie omudi ewo Ghana mu no ebetumi akonkan
a document that should be sent to the district or municipal assembly for approval. Now, when they go, they improvise a scheme looking at, depending on where your land is, they will give a drawing that will depict a scheme, a layout in the area, and then they will show where your land is. No. That is done in the name of the assembly. Yet, the assembly does not get any amount for that. Yet, they stamp it with a stamp of the assembly. I have said that when we meet at a special committee, there is a committee like that, we ensure that before that document comes out, NADMO at that level must have a way, should have a copy, and to go and inspect the site before that document is provided for the registration. I think it is something that we have to consider. because it is not enough to let the engineer or the special planner officer who does not know anything in the area to just sit down, and now they are using satellite to do the plotting. So it's a matter of putting it on the computer and design the scheme and just endorse it. Now, what is wrong with if you can give the document to the NADMO officer there, tell the person to the site to inspect, because there are weeds at the outside there that if they are where they are, if there are water bodies there, you can see that this particular weed shows that this is a waterlogged area. So you train our NADMO officers at the grassroots level there to know that if you take me to the site, we need to inspect where that particular plot is. When they come and brief the DC or the special planner to be able to, decide whether or not to assign to sign that particular documentation. And if we're able to do that, from the word go, we'll be able to monitor what is going on. Otherwise, they bring it here, they sign, and the next time they have permit. Now, I think NADMO must also be part of permit issuing at the district assemblies. Who issues the permit? Is it the engineer? What are the considerations? And so, NADMO, once we are the ones that they will fall on when there are disaster, then we should be part of issuing permits. And then be part of monitoring and inspection. Anytime the district assembly engineers and the body, they have a group that goes task force. When the task force are moving out there to check, to ensure that the buildings that do have right permits, they should go along with the NADMO officers. So that even if you go and they are permit and where they are not suitable, you come and write and recommend that building must not continue. We even have to bring it down. You see, if you want it right, it should start from the scratch. But where we always wait it at that level and you want to bring it down, morally, you see that you
Afeyemra kaswa empotem na memne day ITV pa dwumadie bi a eba beboa drobafo ma wonum sem ehye kuko mu ni kamafo wombetem pemu aka ma mpanifo ahwe atimi aso ano ede ama wo mu drobafo enkomo na dwumadie ekoso ewo kaswa overpass no ase ho pe eno nam so ema host ede ma dwumadie Alhaji Father Blessing dwumadie ni wie ne ebopin di nkomo se dwumadie kwa botai ben na etache na den wo hwe nim se obetimi enya afidwumadi etise emu na nsam we no de to enchantwofo ani
ti a de dwumadi agrawa fon komo ebro nyina etiawa ye transport union no especially GPR2 almost sisi agrawa fo ache GPR2 sisi agrawa fo ache so by time say omampani John Dramani mama wa ba se oba be ye reset ya on reset ye transport union me de me akamen kwa a enka wonguru nanka wa appoint as a CEO mo me nye no national chairman ne trustee ni we bia one appointing as a CEO said you appoint Cocoa Board CEO you appoint youth employment CEO no ye GPR2 as a mother transport institution mo share adrawa for so now I report to the transport minister no say ye no CEO GPR2 eba almost about since 1931 ebesine say Cocoa Board Cocoa Euphoria your Cocoa clinic my GPR2 omuni even one training center mpo a driver for mpo ebe kwa say ye ko na ya kwa training one
Suman ya oye CEO Emma Esuman Motors kasa chere driver for nkomo dwumadie eso emfaso ne botai titru enti asa dwumadie eba wo che se eba beboa na wonom a cheche driver for ene adehye nyina se de ebe ya ubetimi aboye ho ban e de free akwanhia ahodo ehu
enti a Esuman Motors afa driver for nkomo ne se a driver for eni kamafo adrama for eni obi okama wo mo rabani bokko kwan so obokko akenya akwanhia na yese insurance enkoba no eyade a etete eninti na Esuman Motors ayese yebeye sa program we na yede supporto adrama for program we yenya no enanko a all the 16 regions anytime bia no yebeye den yebokko akaye program we because ye pese ye mana adrava for esu enye bi wo mu hu se wo so wo mu ye bi
Ora Anthony ata enso ekasa ema glyco insurance ya woche se eba no ekwan so jojoa eyade a ehu hia pa ni nyina emu no nsi achiba eye insurance ehu ehia ema driver for pa
on say drivers car owners no omo no say details bi on be bia na on be insurance omo details na de ye and omo details benefit bia na call mo ho into no small motors we ni buy na so yan poor because ebe man drivers nso abe car owners into no do be insurance na omo no mo kaka no into omo no be den omo details na de nti problem bia say akwanhia na say bia at least omo so ombenya benefit kaka.
Awusia ye fi eye adroba for common sense semi emudia na yenkopie emu ewo enkwamantam no emu Dr. Mohammed Sontaba ay wo hinfofra won mu apal say won gina ho ema eye kusasifo a won mu ewo enkwamantam mu enunti we ye kusasifo hene a won kan a won mu apal no na won mu edi ni si akonwa so wie ye amane ni amamre pe el watch say bakukon no eha ni ye papa enti si watimi anya saa de brewe no behwe say asumdwe mapa eba bako sedi asante hini wotumfo se tutu afa to ne ho so ehwe se odi ye betu wo behwe se odi ntuma ebebo ne de ano na wonum ama eye kusasifo ene wonum atiado wo masoi wonum anu asundua asumdwe eboa natimi aboa ye pa
Chief Suntaba enso ekasa efa anamuntuo ye otumfo setu na asante hene ene ne mpanifo etu se wonmo ebehwe na asundwe ababoku ene ne mpotemo no eho a woche se wogide ye pa se otumfo anamuntu a wotue ede asundwe ebetimi aba enunti ono nso wahye ne ho bo se ekwan bia so yese wono nso efa so eboa emasa asundwe no ewie peye no obeye
soja nam ne policeman be kwela wonna cheka ba tuma kimsun trambul baka ba saka kidazie ne katibonda kimsun ala the post wa barka
that peace will come to Boko, especially now that Boko has no peace. He is praying that there will be understanding, especially the 2-4 mediation team. They will be able to solve the problem amicably. Yes. Without peace in Boko, there wouldn't be development. If there's no peace in Boko, it means there's no peace in Ghana. So we are praying, and under his authority, he will work tirelessly and make sure peace return to Boko. He's a chief that is bringing unity. He's a chief that is bringing peace. He's a chief that will unite all the Kusasi in Accra here. That is why he says.
Ane naka na cheka de woman sam kalka fare. Ane naka na cheka de ya tuma zigin ka king songa zikan ban pomo tuma wona tiba tuma. Ban mo tuma mena.
He's also going to work tirelessly with all the Kusasis in Accra here. Those in Accra and all tribes too, he wants to work with them. So he wants unity. He's a chief for unity and he's a chief for everybody. His doors are open for everybody. No matter who you are, wherever you are, if you knock on his door is always open for everybody.
Awusia yetwa ensam no eso na efifi mantam soafo ononyamfo ekọ wochepenin aduamoa akasa afansa no nhuma ho woso mai bia betum pon kro bia bekoso mantam bia ye de besi ho a ensa no nhuma so eka ho bi na economy no enema SCP exita enuti ebraso say empenfo ema wonomo ani ekọ ensa no nhuma papa esanse beboa ma economy no etumpo papa na wo kasa ewo St Andrew Senior High School abra wonomo edi wo mo afisha na etoso aduonu na samjofo bopin no ensemwe Edward Tuja
Onimonyamfo eduamoa wo nanu disema wodi tudwa no ochire mo se ebraso se technical education yeshimo kenasa de beya ebetumi aboa esesa oman mu ekenkani esikasem sesie no ho behia se yebeshimo kenasa de beya eba ne nsa no dwuma ene edwuma mu akwanya ebebu nkama faso ewo man Ghana mu.
Stop here and go to technical because we have a backlog of a lot of students, people who cannot find space, who cannot find expression in the development of this country. Academic. Na nkaefo no so a wɔyɛ nananom wɔ staff. Nkaefo no a wɔwe kente no. Nkaefo no a wɔsiesie light no. Nkaefo no a wɔput the canopies no. Where are they and what are we doing to support them? It appears that the private institutions are more interested at this level of academics, where after junior high school, they will have to open an avenue to people to have excellence in secondary education. But let's think about the skills training. If you look at how Professor has various campuses in this country for these 20 years, imagine if he had to train plumbers, carpenters, masons, electronics, drivers, shoemakers, whatever. What do you think would have happened to this country? We have a Chinese here, and they know very well that the education system is skill training. Professor said, for me, this is my appeal. And you have no option. You have to venture into that because of boldness with which you do your things. Enter into skills training. Open more campuses. Get the machines. Let the workers come. Let the electronics come. Let radio station technicians need this kind of skill training. Until we are able as a country to stop at a point and think about what we can do with our hands, our education will end nowhere. Our brains have been trained enough. Let's train our hands a bit. No. Say, Amano and say, I'm connected, I'm conference, and Juma, and yet at this year. Nasa, Isha and the Mapa, Yehu Wahe, Ebinum to the professor said to Mawaye, Messim, Oya, Niam Oye. So, on this, what there in San Juma ship, no old way in San Juma, garage be, no Waya or Mancasin, no more be was she on ye, no more be a hay oye, no more be one kind warrior, what she at the near Basin Koya. And Tasha of my Ghana, Nisika could say. If we're talking about employment, it is not a matter of seeing a lot of factories around. For me, my division will be that the number of hands that have found work to do. Inside
Employment agency ahwɛ afa police assistant and afa fire service assistant wɔnom eba bɛboa wodumgya adwumako and afa Ghana Post ma wɔnom ayɛ nnwuma we community ahodo wɔm de bɛdi wɔm dwuma ɛno ɛnam so ɛma Nkranza North aban kwachi a wɔ hɔ ononyamfo Efa Patrick ɛde adehwɛdeɛ pa akɔ ama wɔnom anya akwanya yafa wɔm yɛma wɔm titiɛ sɛ saa akwanya wɔnom anya no wɔm hwɛ sɛ discipline ebedi wɔn anim kan
wo anototoye ewo woni yamanibofo apia kubi entemu no anenam so adisi di tudwa chiremu se Youth Employment Agency no eyade a aban dia ba se beboa na Ghana emebunu enye adwuma aye onimonyamfo Patrick tudwa se ehu behia se suban pawowei ewo nipa bia abrabomu esanse enne beboa ama adwuma yede ahye wonsa no obetumi aye no waye ne yie
abusiafo every His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ho se yenka nkyere mu se ne reset agenda no se ebeye ya epegina mo eso ni nyina ne se mo nyina mo ye mabunu na eye na disuade hunu ne se obema unemployment rate no eso ate entete ya obenya no ha no wo yire wo ho na wo ye ni ya obesan akowani ya echensa mesremo yempese Nkranza North ni beko na china obafie abraya unity tina ehu akohia se yefrem na yekasa edekire mu usafo ochina na obepa try say dressing no be decent UT about you say na system no so appeal na ankoye to say obi hu wa pe from the first phase wo hwe ma wo hwe utimi hwe wa about you say hwe ne wire ohun wa pe o consider to be a criminal ti mesrem girls no so no said ye yesi kasa e wo nipa ho language bia be use bia na e say polite and decent
with the MPS, NDC, several family, fire service, semi conquer. We year school till 2019, but the same way. NDC Abaya Basso, or my family, Zoom fire service, semi swimmer maybe, now or swimming swimmer maybe. I command with the once in Yakupo show.
We were in school 2020, that was last 5 years. We applied for training college forms there 5 times, but this year, your mama buy, we apply for community police. And in na mesaka message say my qualify emeni so emeni GP say Mahama then the yellow rodina. When you say when you say me police training, it don't matter. I'm send the MPS, then you ready see. Adwumaden ebe ya abonti enim say afise so. Na ya ya community police. It's my papa police personnel.
The two to young papas, Sassam Pepe, yes. As the PSC on comma, Mammy Lordina, and MP, and NDC. So, Mamma, in a community police.
Every kind of that, a Montpellier, John Mahama, Asibi, any year at DC, Grand North, as the Kasie Pa, Nayadima. I'm beginning at my real school 3 years in it. I mean, you might be on yet. I buy you that's all for youth employment. I may apply. Yamiadom, and I'm here at DC, near an MP so. Yamiadom, or my family, and let it do from a tenako yes, I say for training. We don't want to see the young couple in Shrubbe to the real school 2 years. You are Mahama by the Papa and what.
Abusia yenjina wai eni aseda wonom de koma pani John Dramani Mahama nsemi eswe na ye nhome so ntwa ye ho tia wa ye ba adwede ni sikasem ena so. Afe dwadie mu ensem na ya wada a edi anim ya ekitansa bosni da etoso adwonu nan na finance minister Dr. Kasie atoforce beka kopie mu ewo mrahye bedwamu ede 2025 media budget review no ahehya so ewo mrahye bedwamu.
Presentation in ano and Financial Administration Act and Section 28 Public Financial Management Act 2016 Act 921 a share a year or swafwe say wababa imrashebedwum na national budget huntutu ye biano ya si afimu finfin kwade wadi munsem ebetudwa na afimu a year budget no ensembebre nano ane be free mu aba ebi eye Ghana sikasem bepim sabre mu afenso eye sika hodo a sesie no wonsa ka efa enyema hodo edwumemu enyema ton ho ana afenso enyema hodo bia Ghana fo nya sika wo mu no ninina eye ade bia ho behia se obeba beka ewo eye mrahye bedwum sika hodo a wode hye eye afimu finfin no obechechim dwudwum enyema hodo wode sika eye emu faso a efiri mu baaye se wo mo ebo ka anaso se wo mo amboka ninina ho behia se body ba ebetudwa afi niema hodo nso wodi egu apono so a ebeboa akanya omani yensikasem na yensikasem etumi agina na naso brane akopim afi ewieye review yinso ebechechire niema bebre eniema hodo ewodwa so ne boa akosoro se so ate se gina ne naso se ekonenim anaso se esign nechi nyina eyensem a osofo hwega na sikasem so wode baba batu aye mrahye bedwafo wo mu enim ene enyema hodo aban edi egu akwan so abosomia hodo a edi enim no enyema hodo aban ahyehye se wode ebeboa kopim sa afi beko na wie nyina osofo edi sansem nyina ebetudwa.
Wodwedie mu ensemu anu mrahye bedwani adema adehia wonum ewo so ame abaton peswa so ewo asantemantamu eye onunyamfo John Dako eso ede atudwa sai enchekra wo behwe so be introduce eye private members bill a eno no ehwe sai eba beboa wo ye futu bi omni ba beboa eye private local auto mechanics ye di ba be so wonum asene na timi aboa ma green transition eye towards green energy no wo mo so no hu aharan papa wo mu dwede wo mu die ewo maim
Wabra wakasa ewa mrahye bedwafie no enunyamfo John Dako ede to dwa se hu behia se aban ne bebo modern na akade bia afitafo ehia no wode ama wonum ne titiru ene wo mo a wo mo ewa magazine ya wo chese abefo ntiteye ahodo se eyade a wonum ehia bia saban ne hwe na wode santiteye ne ma wonum ebetimi aboa ama wonum dwumadie etimi akonkan wode nsemi eto dwa na eyomampani John Dramani Mahama na nisuade hunu ya eye green energy transition no eno ena wakasa fa ho a wochesese aban no etimi boa fitafo e wo saa kwan ne so a ebetimi aboa pa ama electric vehicle ye EV adoption no etimi abamu afenso no kakrakra ebetimi aboa ama aban ye niso ade hunu ye opese wode ebo ye mpotemu ene ye nsase eho ban no etimi awie peye ne krakra mu no wode eto edwase se wohwe solar hydro ena emframa afe biomass ani nyina no eyade a eno no emfenso nsanso boni bia emre ye mpotemu anase ye mountain so ya wode toto ni aye yusu eye fossil fuel no eho a wo chese eno de etimi di ye nyapa
Diadru so eye agudie mu ensem Sylvester Dakwa esiesie ne ho a wode baba to akase nso sisi enti esrew enkwa twire ye basisia